Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the Multiverse. Welcome to today's episode of MNW Warzone. I'm your host, Warzone General Manager Jerry Aldini, and with me is my constant companion, Pete McPherson.
Well, hello.
Now, you may be wondering, but wait, what about Michael Montoya? Which is great, because we're wondering that too. I got a text from Michael. All it says is, I'm being held up. I'll be there when I can.
Huh. Well,
problem is with Michael, when he says, I'm being held up, are you being held up in traffic? Is somebody pulled a gun on you? Are you hanging from a ledge? What exactly? Because all of those scenarios are completely possible.
What is he being held up by?
Or for?
String? Duct tape?
So, we'll keep you posted as we get more information on the location of Mr. Michael Montoya. But be that as it may, until we find out where our broadcast colleague is, we've got a tournament arc going on, folks. It's the C101, and today kicks off round 6. So, Pete, let's look at the standings. Going into round 6, here on Block A, we have Zako Dou and Gingerboi both leading the pack at 8 points each. In second place, it's a tie between Daverman and Madjack at 6 points. Then the Janitor, Madness, Lady Boots, and Dagrik, and Jack Abbott, all with 4 points each. And then coming up behind, Aiden Xero finally getting on the board last week with 2 points. And
there are no zeros here.
Aiden Xero no longer a zero. In fact,
yes, that's correct. We do have 1 0, but it's with an X, so it's fine.
It's fine. In fact, that will, in just a few moments, we'll be seeing that as our kickoff match of the evening is Aiden Xero versus the Madness. But also, last night, the end of round 5 for Block B ends with the Black Prince Jack Andrews with 9 points. Victor Vicious and Suicide Gemini, both with 7 points. Brawl Kaiser, Graven Allen, and Samjax, all with 5 points. Zericus with 4. Michael Macabre and Kuso Kale with 3. And then our own Devin pulling up the behind with 2 points. I'm not sure. It's going to be with Jack Andrews so far in the lead, it's going to be a hard road for Devin to try and catch up, although mathematically he's possibly got a shot. Have to work the math out, but regardless of that, that is where we currently stand. We've got an exciting day ahead of you, folks. So just to let you know what you can expect today in the C101, we are going to be having Aiden Xero versus the Madness, Jack Abbott facing Daverman. We are going to have Gingerboi versus Dagrik, Madjack taking on Lady Boots, and in our main event, the Janitor will take on the Multiverse Heavyweight Champion, Zako Dou. And on top of that, we have some exciting matches for you. We are going to have tag team action with the Legion taking on Nakama Worldwide. And after a lot of calling each other out last week, we're going to see Beowulf in action versus Carcharodon. Just all kinds of action for you here today on Warzone. And
looking forward to today's show.
I am too. In fact, let's not waste time. We're getting news from the back that Aiden Xero and the Madness are already to come out. So no time like the present. Ladies and gentlemen, let's head to ringside.
Let's go.
Our opening match is a C101 match. Introducing first, representing High Voltage, Aiden Xero.
Pete, here he comes. The cyberpunk prodigy. Last week was make or break for Aiden. He had to win and Gingerboi had to lose to keep him mathematically viable in the tournament. Both events happened, so Aiden Xero still has a shot, be it a long shot, at winning the C101.
Moves aligned, and he has a sliver of a chance.
It exists. And here's hoping. Of course, all Aiden Xero can look forward to, he still wants to get his hands on Gingerboi. That has not happened yet in the C101.
Not yet.
And introducing their competitor, one half of the Flashbang World Tag Team Champion. They are the Madness.
And then here he is, the Madness, one half of the Flashbang Tag Team Champions, along with Kuso Kale, who had a, let's call it an interesting match last night on Flashbang.
I could pull off the star sunglasses like that, you know.
I don't know that. I mean, you could try.
I don't know.
But the Madness, right now in the 4-point pack, could definitely use a win to get up in the rankings more. But Aiden Xero, of course, with only 2 points, really, really needs the win, because any losses by Aiden Xero at this point, and he just mathematically has no chance.
Do or die, sudden death.
I mean, that's just the life of Aiden Xero now. And they're off.
Though I suppose somebody from the far off future, that they're probably used to that, maybe.
I mean, he is a cyberpunk prodigy. I mean, he did grow up in a dystopian future where he had to constantly fight for survival. You know, he came to this era not knowing what trees or sharks
going for an early pin.
That's the aggressive style of Aiden Xero for you. Oh, and just taking. I mean, if you're facing somebody as crazy as the Madness, you've got to take it to him. And but that was a great head scissors takedown by the Madness, bringing it to Aiden. Oh, drop toe hold. I mean, there have been no neck breaker matches, but we know there'll be one because it's not an Aiden Xero match without a neck breaker.
Usually swings.
Yeah. Although he will do the standing when needed. So for people who might be new to our show and aren't aware of what's going on, in the C101, it is a round-robin tournament. Everyone faces everyone. A victory gives you 2 points. Loss, 0. And if you manage to go to a time limit draw, you each get 1 point. We, unlike Block B, here on Block A, we have yet to have a time limit draw.
We have not yet.
We have come close.
We have come very close. It's been down to past last 2 minutes, I believe.
I believe we have had one. I believe it was with Gingerboi, where it was 1 second.
Oh. Kick out at 1.
It was just insane. Aiden getting outside the ring. Madness following him. Madness going for a kick and no one home. I think Madness was kicking a ghost.
Oh, that does happen. We have been known to have a few ghosts in the arena.
I mean, we may have to call in Seth Jackson and the Jackson investigation firm to see if they can investigate. But let's talk about that that reverse roundhouse kick to Aiden Zero's face. Madness literally kicking the hell out of Aiden Zero.
Aiden getting the counter, laying one out on him.
You don't sleep on Aiden Zero, and Aiden now just giving him a good old schoolyard beating.
Do you think he's just constantly thinking that person is now Gingerboi?
And that may be what finally woke him up, is just like, it's, practice for Gingy, who we'll be seeing later today facing the Warpgate Hardcore Champion Dagrik in C101 action.
So if he were seeing everybody as Gingerboi, would that mean he was seeing red?
It would be.
Thought so.
Or considering his obsession with Gingy's tattoos, he'd be seeing Ewoks everywhere.
Ooh. That never ends well.
That really doesn't. He didn't know what a tree was, but apparently did watch all the Star Wars movies. Oh, that was not sure. I mean, that looked like a figure four stump puller, if you ask me. Oh, but knees to the back.
Jumping knees to the back.
Ugh. But Aiden once again throwing Madness outside. What's he? Oh, going through the ropes. Oh, there we. Swinging neck breaker with a rope assist. And another pin attempt. Will he do it? One. Nah, just one count.
Kick out at one.
And again, Aiden Zero, if you're in a match with Aiden Zero, make sure your neck is good and limbered up, because it's going to get a workout. And looks like the good old tequila sunrise. Madness gets out
Madness
and kicks
is pushing out of it.
And right now, what seems to be the Madness's favorite move, which is just kicking Aiden Zero in the face.
It sounds strategy.
I mean, I'm not saying that Aiden Zero has a kickable face.
I will. He has a kickable face.
Hey, all right, there you go. Elbows to the trapezius. Again, working on that support network of the neck. Although, let's be honest, Aiden Zero, he does have that that divide by zero sleeper hold. So that's one of the reasons he works the neck over so hard. Versus the 0 hour, he can beat you both by striking or making you submit. Whereas with the Madness, you got to watch out for the Mad Crash, or the Chaos. Mad is much more of a striker.
Brutal combination from Madness.
Again, Madness knows with somebody like Aiden Zero, you have to bring the fight to him. This is a man who,
back in the ring.
Let's face it, Aiden Zero began his wrestling career fighting on in a future with Schoolyard. Oh no!
Oh well,
no. We saw this last week. Madness won using the Green Mist a
springboard kick to the neck. Jeez.
Yeah. Which was the first time a person who undid a turnbuckle actually won a C101 match.
Pele kick.
Oh! Just a drop kick to the face. And Aiden throwing Madness into the corner. And now just, again, punches.
Vicious blows.
Nothing fancy.
European uppercut.
Now just stomping a mud hole, going for the pin again. 1, 2, and a kick out by Madness. Madness, a series of reversals from both men. Oh! And here he goes. Oh, no.
Oh,
Madness.
up to the top rope. What is he looking to do?
He's looking to live up to his name, Pete. That's what he's looking to do. Oh!
Oh, he barely got some of that.
Barely got him. I'm pretty sure that was, let's be kind and say he hit him with his hips.
Man right there might have a fractured ass.
He might, which never fun. No one wants to sit on that inflated donut for 6 months.
Donuts. Sorry, I didn't eat breakfast.
That's, oh, no, that's, you should do that before we got a long day ahead of us. Aiden Xero, again, oh, I was going to say punching the Madness. Madness going back to that kicking offense. Oh no, off of the hardest part of the ring. Aiden bringing Madness back up. They got to get this back in the ring. There they go. Count out.
Getting close to 10 minutes left.
Yep, we are just about at the 9-minute mark. We have seen victories in this tournament by count out. It, no one likes it, but it can be done. Sometimes galaxy brain strategies work. But I don't think either he's hanging him up. He's hanging up the Madness.
Hanging him out to dry from Brett's rope.
And going for another pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out by the Madness. Aiden's now
this has
getting
been primarily
frustrated.
an Aiden Xero match, it's felt like.
What's going on? Oh, ladies and gentlemen, divide by 0.
Oh, he's got it locked in. He's
got the divide by 0 locked in on the Madness. Can the Madness? No, and the Madness taps.
And your winner, Aiden Xero.
And the Cyberpunk Prodigy manages to get another 2 points. He is now seriously back in contention in this tournament. Congratulations, Aiden. That means he and the Madness are actually tied now with 4 points each. Madness can't be happy with that loss. It doesn't help him get up there, but for Aiden Xero, he is still mathematically potential in this tournament. Well, that was a hell of a first match to kick off today's Warzone, Pete.
That's a heck of a start.
So we have so much to do today, so much going on. But before we get too much further in it, there's some important business we have to take care of because it's January, it's the new year, and we have a New Year's message for you of a sort. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's now hear from a member of the Absolute Units, our own, the Taxman Cometh. It is Forrest T. Wade.
Hello. Forrest T. Wade here with a friendly reminder. With the holidays over, tax time is just around the corner. And you should schedule your appointments now to come in so we can talk. Especially those of you running your own businesses for the first time this year. But Forrest, you say, it's too early to think about things like that. Well, you may not want to think about the IRS. But believe me, they are thinking about you. They're always thinking about you. So come in now, while you still can, because when the walls start bending in on you, it'll be too late. Be seeing you.
That is the most ominous tax commercial I've ever heard in my life, Pete.
Yeah.
I mean, now, on the other hand, I already have my appointment. I mean, I'm still getting all my tax forms together, but I got my appointment in early. He books up. He's a really good accountant. He books up early.
Hey.
So that's yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Meanwhile, while we have a moment, let's I was trying to check in with Michael Montoya. I was trying to give him a call, and I was expecting maybe it to go to voicemail or a busy signal. I got no such number exists.
Oh, see, I was worried you were going to get the Lowrider song.
Oh, that would have been bad. Anyway, while we try and sort out where our broadcast colleague is, it is now time. We have to go to ringside. We have a special message for you, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you in the ring now. Your big oof champion, one half of the All Odds. It is Raphael Samson. This is always an impressive figure. Oh Lord, he coming. Well met, fellow denizens of the multiverse. It is I, your big oof champion, Raphael Samson. Not 2 weeks ago, I had an amazing match against the Honorable Buck Bumble. And lo, there were tribulations in the form of the outlaws. But not once did my opponent take advantage of those attacks for unfair leverage and fought an honorable match. And lo, though they did lose, they proved themselves worthy. So Buck Bumble, Sasquatch Wing, and I would like to meet with you to discuss future possibilities. But lo, this leaves me with still a question. For I am your big oof champion, and I need an opponent. So once more I swing open the door to any who wish to challenge themselves against the judge of the multiverse, who will face me in competition for the big oof championship. But this I will wait. Go, throw forth. We will choose of those who step forward and see who is worthy. I will consult with our manager Aldini, and we will find of those of you willing to step forward who is most worthy of the opportunity. But know this, I walk the righteous path. Well, that lot going on there. We've heard words. We've had a lot of people saying they feel that Buck Bumble would be a good fit with the All Odds. So that sounds like Sasquatch Wing and Raphael are definitely considering it. More importantly, Raphael Samson, for the third time, has issued an open challenge for his Big Oof belt.
That has got to be that. I imagine that is going to be one of the weirdest job interviews you would have.
Oh, but you know what? Okay, hear me out. Squatch roast coffee with honey.
Go on.
I think it's a possibility. So far, when Raphael's issued open challenges, he's faced Defunk. Saw how that went. He's faced now Buck Bumble, and now Now it will be whoever steps forward for this one. It's going to be interesting to see who wants to face the only champion not currently in the C101. And we have so many people already. It is going nuts on social media. First off, we are hearing from Rapture New Road, who is currently over on Flashbang working with Dungeons and Destiny in the Trios tournament. Enraptured Beauty is proud to call upon Forrest T. Wade's tax services. Thanks to him, we have maximized our refunds so that we can give even more charity next year. Well, good on you, Rapture New Road. Also, we're getting another tweet from that account we keep seeing, the Merciless Mercs. And it's like, I'll offer congratulations, Xero, for your win over the Madness. When they return to Flashbang, I hope your mindset is still steeled for more hardship, because that's what you've got ahead of you to prove you're a better leader than your predecessor. All right, that almost feels ominous. And let's see what else we've got on here. We have a message from Carcharodon. Well, I'd love to have another shot at that belt, but I feel that'd be a bit much for me to challenge for it again. That doesn't mean that the title isn't on my mind, however. I will hold the big goof someday. That's an interesting call-out. We will be seeing Carcharodon in action later today, facing off against Beowulf. And then also tweeting out on social media is Gorewheel. Free real estate, holy man? Okay. So that's at least a testing of the waters by one half of the Toxic Wastelanders.
Yep.
So there you have it, folks. That's what is going on right now on our social media feed. In the meantime, with all of the other crazy action, we now are going to be heading down for some tag team action. Let's not waste another moment. Let's head to ringside.
The following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Legion.
There it is, Louis McDonald and D4C Trice. Legion, not being accompanied by their teammate Earl King West. He appeared last night on Flashbang, joining members of the cartel in the Trios tournament to take on Doom.
He's plumb tuckered out.
Well, it's like, Wes, you come to Warzone, then you go to Flashbang, then you come back to Warzone, then you're back on Flashbang again. Damn it, Wes, pick a show.
Preferably not ours.
I mean, we are technically he's part of our roster.
And introducing their competitors, Nakama Worldwide.
And now the blue team, ladies and gentlemen, Bart Ender and Power Surge, Nakama Worldwide. It's just the two of them right now because, of course, the other member of Nakama Worldwide, Trashman Jones, is still walking the earth. We've actually had people trying to figure out where exactly he is right now. The last time we heard anything, apparently it was Liverpool.
Oh.
I don't know why. Something about having to walk the Abbey Road.
I'm not concerned.
You know, sometimes you just gotta let it just wash over you. All right, so we have Trice and Bart Ender starting it off. And the former Trios and Tag Team Champion, and of course, former Big Oof Champion, Bart Ender, going after, I believe that we've had both Tag and Nexus Titan belts on Trice.
Power Surge not too happy with that cheap shot from Louis.
No, that's Power Surge, fiery young man. He's been somebody looking for an opportunity. He was doing a singles run, but it seems to have fallen back into tag action along with one of his two mentors, Bart Ender. And Bart, again, wily ring veteran of tag matches, knows not to get stuck in the opposing corner. Find it interesting the blue team is currently in the red corner. We maybe could have planned that better, but hey, here you go. Oh! Great tag maneuvers from the bartending luchador and the young spark of Nakama Worldwide. But again, D4C Trice, former leader of Omega Club, member of Legion, master of submission wrestling. And just bringing it to the one of our not really young lions. He's no longer a rookie. He's been around for a while, but still.
Well, for those that are unaware, that was the primary reason that we saw Bart Ender join Nakama Worldwide is that he wanted to play a part in developing Power Surge's wrestling abilities.
That is very true. He's he was a little concerned that Power Surge wasn't getting the shall we say the right influence from Trashman Jones. And Power Surge now against Lee McDonald doing it. Oh, that was a great lariat in the corner. Can Power Surge? Oh, it looks like he misjudged the distance on that leap, and now he's in a pinfall predicament. One and a kick out at one, but still, that was I hate to say it, that was a bit of a rookie mistake.
Oh yeah, he's still got a little bit to learn.
Yeah, fair enough.
Don't we all?
Now he's out. Oh, over the rope. Suicide dive by Louis McDonald. And just now taking it to Power Surge outside the ring. Power Surge needs to get this back in the ring, and he needs to do it right away.
Oh, raking at the eyes.
That's typical Louis McDonald for you. Power Surge trying to get out of that. Again, he's going for those drop kicks. Louis is just not working for him. Now up to a 7 count. Louis get 8.
Back in the ring.
But Powers, oh, no, not like this. Power Surge, get up! Power Surge, no!
Speaking of something like Louis.
Oh! That's
and
typical.
Your winners, Legion.
Legion going for the cheapest win possible.
But are any of us really surprised at this point?
I just, to make me so mad. Oh. But, you know, that's going to, even though it's due to disqualification, that is still going to go down as a win for Legion in the record books.
Not technically against the rules, just bad form.
No, it absolutely, and with that, well, I'm just. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Well, I'm gonna get over it. It's gonna be fine.
Have you another cup of coffee? Some more of that squash roast.
Oh yeah. That's, you know, sometimes the best thing to do is to feed the beast.
Indeed.
All right. So then we got. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. Oh, There, you know, I'm better now. Thank you. That was good. That was good call, Pete.
What I'm here for.
You know what? I think the only thing that's really going to cleanse the palate now is some more C101 action. So, no time like the present. Let's head down to ringside.
Let's go.
The following is a C101 match. Introducing first, representing one half of the Sentinels, it's Daverman.
Is the man, it's Daverman.
Is our man Daverman. One half of the Sentinels and a man who has accomplished so much, but is looking, he would love to win the C101 and finally get a clean shot at the World Heavyweight title. Last time he had a shot at the World Heavyweight title, a lot of people feel he got screwed.
That is true. He has been for an underdog in many different versions of the word.
But now here he is, and yep, he's been doing well in the tournament. But he, as always, this is a tournament of the best of the best. And you know, every round it's questioned. And the opponent he's facing today, well, let's just say he's had an interesting road himself. So I'm going to be very interested to see how this match goes.
Likewise.
And introducing their competitor, they are one half of the tag team champions, Scorpion Jack Abbott.
One half of our tag champions here on Warzone, his partner Devin over in Block B on Flashbang. At this point, he is trailing the pack, and it doesn't look good for his chances of moving forward. But Jack Abbott, still in this race, although definitely adopting a anything-to-win attitude. Abbott and Devin, of course, perennial for the tag team champions. They are always considered the underdog in every match they come into, and yet, particularly the Scorpion, seems to be the master of the scrappy victory.
Odd pairing indeed, but one you can only see at the C101.
Oh, and immediately that high-flying offense of Daverman coming out the gate, but immediately getting reversed by the Scorpion.
Right off the bat, Scorpion looking to clip the wings.
I mean, kind of what I would expect from Jack Abbott. I'm not going to lie. And now he's got Daverman on the mat. And that's going to have to be the Scorpion's MO. Abbott needs to keep Daver from flying. Daverman, fast and furious match style favors him.
Daver is going to need to match the ferocity that we see from Scorpion.
That's true.
That is, if he wants to win, that's what he's going to have to do.
I mean, let's not forget, Jack Abbott, former MMA fighter, came up the ranks with Gingerboi. And, you know, he is also a very brutal competitor. Oh! And after that twisting body slam, bringing our hero to the center of the ring and just kicking him. Now what are you setting up for? All right, setting up for a kick to the chest.
Boot to the chest.
Actually, that's an effective maneuver a lot of people don't think about. Oh, and an underhook power slam. Yeah, you hit the chest just right. Your opponent has trouble breathing. Oh, over the top rope goes Abbott. Oh, no. Oh, and Daverman looking to fly.
Going for the high rent district.
Oh, and he connects on the outside. Well, that's got it. I'll tell you.
I'm going to say he got awfully close to a bad spot on Scorpion there. I think fortunately he didn't quite get it.
Yeah, although now I'm working on the leg of Jack Abbott. This falls under a, every little bit counts. And into the barricade goes the Scorpion, just being thrown around by the superhero of MNW. And now Jack Abbott out, coming back into the ring at the 8 count. Daverman. Oh, it was a bad call. Taunt the body.
Getting a bit cocky there. Need to be careful with that.
You'd think a veteran like Daverman would know not to do the taunt because that leads to the body. And Jack Abbott taking full advantage of the mistake. And again, Daverman going fast, going furious. It's how Daverman's going to win. He's got to move. If Abbott's going to have a chance in this match, he's got to keep Daverman grounded.
Elevating himself, get some extra torque in that hold.
And now lariat by Abbott. Daverman choking for breath. Abbott bringing him to the center of the ring. And working the arm. That's, with that world's finest forearm strike of Daverman's, one of his key offensive weapons. Abbott's smart to work on that arm and maybe remove that but jawbreaker, but a missed drop kick. And again, that underhook power slam. And what's this? Oh, here we go. That scorpion lock that Abbott, that scorpion Boston Crab, I guess.
Scorpion Crab? No, that doesn't.
That doesn't work. They're both kind of. Besides, I always equate scorpions with lobsters when we get into the sea versus not.
Oh yeah. I can see that. Yeah. Oh, another jawbreaker from Daverman and another drop kick.
And now
Abbott getting out of the ring, thinking it better, but it may be his mistake.
Again, that
vicious elbow from Daverman from the top rope.
So I'm getting some texts from our broadcast partner Michael Montoya. It's saying, it's saying, I'm trying to find a parking place, boss. Give me a few. All right.
I did not see what our parking lot was looking like at the time, but
you know how it gets. People get spots, but he's a broadcaster. He's got a devoted spot. Anyway, Daverman working on the neck of Jack Abbott. Now this is the strategy. That was the strategy Abbott needed. He had Daverman down, grounded, but then he went outside the ring to try and recollect himself. That might have been a fatal mistake on Abbott's part, because that sets up Daverman for the world's finest. And it connects!
He got it.
World's finest connects. 1, 2, and a kick out by the Scorpion. I figured that was going to be the end of it. And now Daverman returning the favor, working the neck of Jack Abbott. Again, it's a good move, but Daverman really needs to be playing his speed advantage, keeping it fast and furious as we see the Scorpion reverse it and a sidewalk slam. And now just choking Daverman. This is the strategy I was saying Jack Abbott, if he applies, is going to give him his best advantage. 1 and a 1 count. Now, what are we going to have next? We're, okay, he's bringing Daverman back up, and Daverman taking advantage. Whoa! Wrench in the arm. Sending Abbott to the corner. Following up with a lariat, and down goes Abbott. Flipping him over. What are we going for here? Bringing him up. Reverse power slam. That's it. He's now eating a face full of mat. And Daverman going for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out by Abbott. Oh, he was going for a drop kick on the back of the head, but Abbott got out of the way. Into the corner. Oh! And again, punch, slow punch, strike. This is what Abbott needs. Getting Daverman on the mat. And again, the mistake, bringing him up. And Daverman once again wrenching the neck. And Daverman working the crowd. What's he planning? Oh, standing moonsault.
Standing moonsault.
Beautifully executed.
Still not enough.
And whipping him into the corner. Finally hitting a good drop kick.
Turn him
Getting
around.
him down. Oh, head scissors takedown. Shades of the legend El Santo. Oh, and now standing bulldog. And again, working that neck. Abbott's trying to get out of that hold. Daverman must have a plan. He's been working this hold all match. But I think that's maybe a problem. Abbott has figured out how to get out of it. Stewart now just going back and forth. Their conflicting styles are making this actually a very interesting match. Knee to the face of our hero. Now what's Abbott setting up for?
Oh, he's getting ready for something.
Oh, but denied by Daver.
Scouted it.
Oh, here we go. We're going up. Yeah. And Abbott goes flying. Daverman going. Oh, I think we're about to see.
Go top rope.
Here it comes. It is. Oh, I was going to say it was up and away.
Abbott got the knees up in time.
Yeah. Excellent counter of the up and away. Abbott pushing him in the corner. We're almost at the halfway point, almost to the 10-minute mark of this match, of the 20-minute time limit. Abbott throwing Daver down, going for the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by the Sentinel.
Oh, Daverman has got to be starting to wear out.
I mean, you would expect, float over. I'm going to call that a float over bulldog. Oh, but the Scorpion counters right away. Daverman rolling out of the ring. Abbott just biding his time, taking a bit of a rest. All right, Daver comes back in. Whatever Daver had planned out there, Scorpion wanted none of. Oh! Well, after that kick, I don't know. I think the Scorpion's beginning to wear out. And, break to the eyes. Oh, getting over again to that Boston Crab.
Looks like he's going for that Scorpion lock.
He's got it locked in. Daverman has nowhere to go. Daverman's too far from the ropes. Can he hold out? Can he get? No, he can't. He taps.
And your winner, Jack Abbott.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, if you think Jack Abbott's the underdog in a match, watch out. He's going to find a way to win it. That was an impressive victory by the Scorpion.
2 on the board for Jack Abbott.
Yeah, 2 more points for Abbott in the C101. he's an outlier to win, but as we've been saying, one of the truths of the Scorpion is he is unpredictable, and he can pull out a win from the most unlikely of moments. Well, meanwhile, we've been having social media just going nuts during this show. First off, we have one chance tweeting out, you want yourself a worthy opponent, Raphael? It may be your last chance with the belt.
Jared, one sec. I got to go. Catering's here. Hold on.
Oh, all right. You do that. That's okay. I'll cover the social media. And also from Buck Bumble, Raphael, Sasquatch Wing, of course I'll meet with you two. Okay, so things are heating up on the All Odds front. Might we be seeing a third member of that team? Might the duo become a trio? And let me just real quick, I mean, Pete usually handles our social media feed. Let me just make sure there's nothing we missed.
I'm back.
All right. I was just checking our social media feed, seeing if there was anything else that needed to be added to the display that we now have up.
I think we're about caught up, perhaps.
I have one that I think needs to go there, but it doesn't seem to be getting in the feed, so I'll just read it off. And that is coming from Nakano Kirishima. The obvious solution here is more matches with countouts disabled. Am I right? I mean, one way to look at it, Nakano.
I'm not entirely sure what he means by disabled, but
yeah.
Sure.
Well, or just disallowed. You know, countouts are a part of wrestling. This is why we have matches that are specifically you don't get countouts. Well, in the meantime, we've got a lot more action happening, but I am being told. Oh, he's coming. Wait a minute. Phyllis is. He's heading to the. Well, you know. I mean, when have we been able to stop him before, Phyllis? Yeah, let him head to the ring. We're about to go down to ringside, Pete. And yeah, this should be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Funk. Brace yourselves. Hello, my babies! It is me, your Grandmaster Cloud9, the Funk, bringing you the word of the Great Bull. Oh, babies. Now, I know there's a lot going on. I know people can ask, hey, Defunk, what is with Cloud9 and what's up with Blood Money? Well, let's address those. Now, as you all know, Sergeant Major Payne. Oh, I love that, Bodie boy. He made the decision to enlighten himself and join Cloud9. Now, he's busy today. He has some business to take care of, so he can't join the funky one in the ring. But Blood Money, I was thinking, I got an idea. Hey, Uncle, why don't you and me and Mr. Butler and the newest member of Cloud9 meeting some tag team action today, baby? What do you say? I bet I could convince Vince Aldini and the brass to let us have a match. Let's have a match. Hey, what do you think, my Scrooge-like friend? Because I have a new member of the Cloud9. I have a new person I can be the Grandmaster to and help them realize their potential. So let's do this thing. What do you say, Mr. Magoo? Let's have a match. Bring your Hannibal Lecter wannabe buddy, and let's do this. I mean, just take a few minutes out of the money bin. I'm sure Scrooge McDuck can keep an eye on it for you while we do this thing. While I show you how to get funky. I show you the lessons I've learned from the Great Bull. I will show you the way to Cloud 9. And in the meantime, maybe you can learn something too. Babies, let's make this happen. I love you. Good night. Pete,
I keep thinking that he won't get weirder.
You think that? Well, he's embraced the Grandmaster title that was bestowed upon him by Sergeant Major Payne. But he's got another member of Cloud 9? All right.
Can't wait to see who's the big member person.
Well, that's interesting. Actually, we got some... we got a message earlier today, actually from Sir Unkley Dunk. So why don't we go hear that now? It might shed some light on situations.
Purpose. Bah! What possible purpose could that EDM Stormtrooper offer that could possibly be better than what I have?
We even offered him the position as head of Unkley Corps' weapon division.
He calls himself a soldier of fortune, and he doesn't see the fortune staring him right in the face. Maybe that isn't a mask on his face after all, because clearly his eye sockets are empty!
If he's looking for a purpose, perhaps we should show him that he's looking in the wrong direction.
Precisely! Because as you know, Sergeant Major, it is purpose that created us.
Purpose that connects us.
Purpose that pulls us.
That guides us.
That drives us.
That defines.
It is purpose that binds us. We're here because of you, Sergeant Major. We're here because you refused from us what we tried to offer you.
Purpose.
I gave you the chance of aiding me willingly, but you have elected the way of pain.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I just got off the phone with the brass while we were listening to that. And they've said, let's make it happen. So, yeah, later today, we are going to have Blood Money versus Cloud9. As
can't wait to see that.
Crazy as that sounds, but why the hell not? In the meantime, social media still going crazy. We now have Sparrow tweeting out, throwing my hat in the ring. I too hereby formally challenge Raphael Samson for the Big Goof title. So I'd say that's about 3 people who have picked up that particular challenge so far, Pete.
Yep, they are lining up.
They are also tweeting out on social media. Actually, Sir Unkley Dunk. Fine, I'm done with this fool's obsession with me. Mr. Butler, not going to let us teach this failure and his new pet a lesson. Well, that's a good thing we got that match set up then. Because you never know what's going to happen.
Well, as we said, the brass was very quick to approve that match.
I mean, I'm sure it'll be good television. I'm just thinking.
Oh, yeah.
It's also, it's enabling a crazy person. Also tweeting out the Sandman.
Jerry, that's kind of wrestling in general.
You're not wrong. The Sandman tweeting out, okay, either I'm more into my cups than I thought, or the translator is working, or is Funk less crazy? But I actually understood that. Is that bad? I'm not sure. I'm not either, Sandman. That's by the way, I got another message from Michael Montoya. He said he had no problem finding parking, but the problem was he parked over at the Flashbang Arena.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's and I was like, "Are you gonna be able to get here?" And he says, "As soon as I can scrounge up some gas money."
Huh.
So,
So probably not going to see him today.
Probably not going to see him today. Yeah. All right. So, well, that's fine. You know what? It's not like we don't have things to do. And we've got some wrestlers waiting to come out to ring. So let's head down to the ringside for some non-C101 singles action.
The following match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, Beowulf.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the legend incarnate. It's Beowulf. And he's been, there was some heated exchanges last week on social media between Beowulf and Carcharodon, which have led to this particular matchup. And so here we are. They basically petitioned for a match, and we had a spot on the card, so we figured why not? Especially because they are two up-and-comers, both up for Rookie of the Year in this year's Nexi voting. If you haven't voted for the Nexis yet, folks, the Nexi voting will stay open until midnight on January 15th.
And introducing their competitor, accompanied to the ring by Sergeant Major Payne, Carcharodon.
So this is interesting. Sergeant Major Payne, who has been had a fairly epic rivalry with Beowulf, joining Carcharodon. Now, Sergeant Major Payne, a member of the Funk's Cloud9, I guess is he just here because he doesn't like Beowulf? He's friends with Carcharodon, or is there something else going on?
Well, I mean, the announcer said accompanied to the ring, so it's not being managed by. So who knows?
Yeah, no, I mean, he could just be there in support of Carcharodon. But either way, this
will be interesting to see.
It's
an interesting caveat to this match.
Carcharodon came on the scenes like a gangbuster, and as terrifying as he can be at times, excellent wrestler, so glad to see him in action again. Here we go, two of the up-and-coming stars of Warzone. And immediately, a sidewalk slam by Beowulf. But getting, just elbow to the back by Carcharodon. And guys, we've all heard the jokes. Aiden Xero knows what a shark is now. It's time to move on. I'm sure we'll find something else Aiden doesn't understand. Meanwhile,
I'm sure there's a good number of things.
Yeah, Carcharodon, great reversal. Oh, and that bulldog to the shark man. And a lariat to the legend incarnate. Okay, these two are going back. I'm trying to remember. I know they have faced each other in the ring, but I don't know if they've ever faced each other in singles action. So this is an interesting back and forth match.
Nope, double hook under suplex.
Yep, two of the up-and-comers. And Carcharodon coming up in another shoulder block to Beowulf. This has been a fast and furious match for two of our newer rivals, part of what has come to be called the Bad Batch. And power bomb.
Vicious power bomb.
Very well executed by Carcharodon. And now we have, looks like Carcharodon in control. Whip to the corner, and a European uppercut taking down Beowulf. And Carcharodon definitely having the momentum right now. Beowulf needs to get control back. If he, another slam and another pin predicament, but only a 1 count.
Sergeant Major Payne just looking on, arms folded.
I believe that was the Hunger and Slake we saw. That sit-out power bomb. Whoever is running social media. Oh, never mind. Pinfall. But only a 1 count. So I'm getting from the back that Carcharodon was on Sergeant Major Payne's team during that 6-man tag match they had. And that Carcharodon eliminated the entire team. So that may be why Payne is out with him. They are old friends. But this also shows what a threat Carcharodon can be in the ring and why it's good to see Beowulf taking it seriously. That was the death stroke, by the way, by Beowulf. Not that move earlier. They all have both of them have variations on slams. They have very similar wrestling styles, which makes this match fast-paced and interesting. Now just...
It makes it a lot harder to predict a winner.
It absolutely does. Stretching out Beowulf. Gotten so used to see one-on-one matches, Pete, I'm almost confused not having a clock in the corner.
Yep, there is no clock on this one.
And, oh, good. It was a great flip by Beowulf, but it looks like it cost him a little on that arm. And excellent slam. I think I was wrong earlier. I believe that was the death stroke. But, this isn't good. Carcharodon, what is Carcharodon setting up for? Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, blood in the water. And a 2 count for it. But now Carcharodon is feeling it. He feels the momentum shifting in his favor. Whoa, what's he heading up for?
He's feeling that blood in the water. Going up top district.
Oh, going upstairs. Are we gonna see it? We do! Megalodon impact! But a roll-up by Beowulf. And a 2 count. Oh!
Beowulf countering that pin attempt into another pin attempt.
I mean, surviving a blood in the water than a Megalodon impact. I mean, he is the legend incarnate for a reason. Oh,
spinning back fist.
Well executed by Beowulf, but now he's got to take advantage. I think he's just trying to recollect himself after that massive amount of punishment he took from Carcharodon. I think I'm being told that I misread. That was not a Megalodon impact. It was just a spinning frog splash. All right, and pull on the rope. Either way, Carcharodon taking control of the match again with a running power slam.
Power bomb.
Or power bomb. Sorry, you're right, Pete. Oh, looks like he's setting up. I think we're going to see... Yep, we're getting another blood in the water.
Second blood in the water. Is it going to be enough?
2. No, it isn't. Kick out at 2. And now Carcharodon has to be asking, what does he have to do to take Beowulf down? He has beat him in 6-man tag action before. But let me tell you, tag action and singles action, 2 different things. And with that, 1, 2, 3, FTB ends the match in Beowulf's favor. That one was back and forth. It could have gone either way.
And your winner, Beowulf.
Oh, our ref is down. Carcharodon in rage, the blood rage of the Shark Man. I have a feeling, Pete, that we have not seen the end of that particular feud. I have a feeling this is just the beginning of something.
Yep.
Oh, I gotta catch my breath after that exciting match. That was amazing. So,
well, you know, suppose maybe we need to satisfy the ad, the sponsors.
Yeah, it is that time in the show, folks. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back right after these messages.
Are you having trouble up there? Can't seem to keep it up in form? Does no amount of gel or jelly seem to even keep it stiff? Well, have no fear, because Absolute Hair Care is here. Absolute Hair Care is a service dedicated to ensure that you have a quality and style that makes you look not only great, but also looks good even when you get pile-driven in the ring. With a vast assortment of gels, putty sprays, shoes, shampoos, and conditioners, we'll guarantee you'll have the freshest dew in the multiverse. We cater to Yakiniku Party, Blue Dandy, Gold Wheel, Raphael Samson, the founder himself, Absolute Washington, and even people like Trash Man.
Name redacted.
We even have live testimonies from the judge of MNW himself, Raphael Samson.
Lo, as the Lord is my witness, I'm amazed at how soft and how strong my mane has become. Similar to the days of old, when my namesake, Samson, proved his strength with his locks to all those around him. So I too prove the power of my hair by keeping it from damage done by inadequate salon products and being brought headfirst into the floor.
Thank you, Your Honor. To get your appointment, call 1-800-ABSOLUTE today. We eagerly await your call. And remember, can't return to your roots? Get Absolute.
Sup, dudes? Do you want to look as gnarly as one of your favorite wrestlers on show who's holding one of the world titles from MNW? Well, you totally can, without even leaving your couch at Totally Tyler's Titles. For only $39.99, you too can own a complete replica of one of MNW's famous titles, like the MNW World Heavyweight Championship, the Tag Team, the Nexus Titan, the Interdimensional Championship, dude. So you can show off to your parents and show how gnarly you are, or you could secretly try and claim that you're formerly the title champion holder by holding a knockoff title. So come on down to Totally Tyler's Titles, where you can be a title holder today.
No official MNW wrestlers are allowed to hold the titles if they're a replica, unless you want to talk to Jim in the back.
Hello, I am Burnout Vaughn. I am here to spread awareness of drinking responsibly and promoting MNW's Help Them Kids program, created by HR. As someone who partakes in a bit of the bubbly myself and a history of over-drinking on numerous occasions, I believe I'm the perfect role model to not follow when it comes to drinking. Seriously, who's dumb enough to look up to my drunk ass? When drinking, know your limits. It's fun to drink sometimes. It's not fun to drink to the point where you lose your memory of the night before and somehow end up on the rooftop of one of your fellow employees' townhouses. Wait, why does that sound familiar? When drinking, take note of the alcohol content of the beverage you are partaking in. 6 beers is not the same as 6 jars of Krokvar's homemade bathtub moonshine. Well, of course it's not. That's the point. Finally, I would like to address alcoholism. If you or a loved one suffers from alcoholism and you are drinking, stop it. Get some help. We at MNW want to see all of our fans living healthy lives and living said lives to the fullest. And if you're gonna drink, at least do it at our damn pub where we can cut you off. Jeez, support small businesses, you fuck. Drinking should be a fun exercise, and by drinking responsibly, you can achieve that. This has been Burnout Vaughn, and thank you for your time.
Okay, holy shit.
gone? He's out the building. Okay, he did a fucking burnout in the parking lot. Holy shit, that guy's insane.
This has been a paid announcement from the HR department of MNW. May God rest your soul.
I'm sure bored with all these tablets and iPhones occupying my attention all the time. Isn't there something to catch my dwindling attention span in these modern times?
Max damage!
Holy gee willikers, it's Maximilian Thunderthighs!
That's right, children. Maximilian Thunderthighs showing you my newest creation, the Maximilian Action Doll.
Wait, don't you mean action figure?
With the Maximilian Action Doll, you can create your favorite scenes from the adventures of Maximilian Thunderthighs, like Max versus Gore Wheel, or Maximilian in the Grand Battle, or Maximilian versus Wilson, Son of Will.
Is that a fucking recorder, Max?
So stop on by the MNW shop today to collect your very own Maximilian Action Doll.
Warning, this product is not yet tested and may come alive and start doing musicals in the middle of the night, causing symptoms like excessive singing and sausage fingers.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. And while we've been gone on social media, we got a message from Carcharodon. Very well, we're even for now. And
well, that's not ominous.
No. Not at all. So with that, I guess the next big thing is well, I was listening to that commercial break, and we had the commercial for the Maximilian Thunderthighs action doll. We actually earlier today, before the show, had for part of the crowd warm up, Max asked to come out and address the crowd, and we didn't have the camera on at the time, but we did catch the audio.
My action doll still sings musicals on occasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the audio. Maximilian Thunderthighs.
VIP to the local children's hospital straight to the captain of the world!
Fuck them kids.
I think I expressed the same shock everyone did, and then just as we were playing that, tweeting out on social media, Maximilian Thunderthighs, actions have consequences. So of course we've got that's the great question about what's going on with Maximilian Thunderthighs, and
at a loss for words.
Just it's, hang on a second. Yeah, Phyllis, what? What? Well, is there a camera crew? We'll get a camera crew back there. Oh, they're there? Okay, great. Cut to camera. Cut to camera. It's Wilson. He's attacking Pupsa Moneky. Last week, Pupsa Moneky came. Pupsa Moneky came to the ring talking about investigating what's happening with Maximilian Thunderthighs and VIP, with some startling revelations. And when Wilson came to the ring, he mentioned for Pupsa to stay out of his business. And not through the table! Oh my God!
This is not the Wilson that we are used to seeing.
No, this is not the funny joke man we used to have. This Wilson is taking it to Pupsa, making good on his threat. Papusa's fighting. And Wilson, you know what? I've seen a lot of things from Wilson. Wilson, no matter what, was never this brutal.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no, oh, all right. I thought. I don't like how he's lighted on his leg. Where the hell is security, Phyllis? Phyllis, get security back there. And bringing him out. Okay, Pupsa fighting back. Come on, come on. All right, looks like Pupsa's got Wilson on the ropes. Oh, slamming. All right, this is. Oh, never mind. Wilson is. Where is security? All right, all right. We got two of our wrestlers fighting. All right, clearly what Pupsa was getting too close. We know last week.
Yeah, apparently whatever Pupsa was looking into, he found something out.
I mean, we know he discovered that check thanks to Zako Dou, written by VIP to Maximilian Thunderthighs before that controversial match. But we also know that according to Pupsa, Max never cashed that check.
That's right. We got evidence that it was never, in fact, cashed.
And yet, Maximilian Thunderthighs shortly thereafter joined VIP. Oh, just bouncing him off all of that stage equipment, all those boxes. Oh, just this is a level of brutality. Just assaulting Pupsa Monkey. And now slamming him
right
against
into the electrical box.
And again, that's hard metal, and he threw him against the edge of that, and again
send him back towards it. I don't know if he's planning something.
Oh, and into the edges of that box again. Oh no, Wilson, no, Wilson, no, God, Wilson, no! Oh my God, no!
Oh my God!
Damn it! Can we get...
okay, tech with security. Can we get medical back here?
And, all right. Oh, no, not another chair. Wilson, stop! Where is my security team?
Haven't you done enough?
And still beating... Oh! Never in all my years in this business. All right, finally Pupsa mounting a bit of a offense, but Wilson is.
I don't know how he's still able to get any sort of defense against Wilson right now.
I mean, he got jumped in the back by Wilson, and now, it's this has just been all-out assault. I think the only thing we can be thankful for is it's only Wilson. All right, okay, there's... What do I pay you? Security, you're supposed to intervene. You're supposed to be there breaking it up, not running away. Oh, low blow. And the other security... God damn it.
Oh, man, right in his badges.
Ugh.
Brutal.
Throwing him out in... Oh,
he's still not done with him. Oh,
no,
my
he's not.
goodness.
You were asking about the parking area earlier, Pete. Well, here it is.
Yeah, that does look a little crowded.
I want to point out that stretch limousine, that's Sir Unkley Dunks.
That's one.
That's the one he brought today. Oh, working over Pupsa's back. Oh, no, no.
Well, it's a good thing there's that ambulance here. We're going to need one.
Yeah, I think so. Where's the medical staff? Where's my security? And now... Oh, jeez. Yeah, somebody. Apparently, what I'm getting is everyone's afraid to get near Wilson. One of the security guards is reporting in. He ran because there was a crazy look in Wilson's eye. Wilson has just brutalized our investigator Pupsa Moneky. Oh, and a jawbreaker. Again, Pupsa trying to put up an offense. And Wilson's having none of it. No, stop this. Oh no, wait a minute. Whose car is that?
I don't know, but they're going to need to make a claim pretty soon.
I think so. I mean, the red number next to it's mine, but... Oh!
Oh my God.
Oh, oh no, Papusa's knocked out. Somebody somebody get back medical. There. Oh. I'm speechless. I am absolutely speechless. And tweeting out on social media after witnessing that Sasquatch wing, who does this one need to rip limbs off of? Well, I mean, #1 candidate Wilson, but I don't know if I recommend getting near him right now. Oh my God. I think the only, and apparently, okay, we're going to take a moment, see if we can get some order restored. They're trying to clean up the gorilla position because we have wrestlers who have to have matches are coming up. And tweeting out on social media, we have Juan Chance. Hey, wasn't Montoya late today? Montoya went to the wrong arena. Yeah, that's what happened there, Juan. Juan, I don't know. Wilson just hasn't been the same since he. So you know, that's the crazy of it. And I know some people have been asking what my thoughts on Earl King West joining the cartel for the Doomsday Trios tournament. I'll say that what I've said everything. When it came to the Trios tournament, we are allowing wrestlers as a one-off to help fill in teams over on Flashbang. But it's there. None of these are permanent trades. It's just, although it will be an interesting configuration if one of those mixed teams wins the belt. We'll have to figure that out. I have been in discussion with Lawson about that, but in the meantime, we have all kinds of other things going on, and oh no, Dr. Grimm is tweeting out, as one who has had Pupsa stick his nose in their business and invade their privacy, I applaud Wilson for doing the locker room a favor and putting that private dick in his place. Oh no. And now tweeting out on social media, Wilson. That was victimization. That will happen to everyone who stands in my way. Take this as an omen of things to come. You know what, Pete? I think it's time we go down to ringside. I think the next match is ready. So yeah, let's head down to in-ring action.
Go ringside.
The following is a C101 match. Introducing first. Gingerboi!
The Mad Lad of London tied with Zako Dou for first place in Block A, suffering his first loss in the tournament last week. It's Gingerboi. And really, this is an interesting matchup. Gingerboi, former Warpgate Hardcore champion, of course, former World Heavyweight champion over on Flashbang. And now his opponent.
Introducing their opponent. They are the Warpgate Hardcore champion, the Dagrik.
And the current Warpgate Hardcore champion. So these two, it's interesting. Gingerboi lost the Hardcore Championship to McMorgan. Dagrik won the Hardcore Champion off of McMorgan. It is also worth noting that both of these men had brutal matches in the Hardcore division with Trashman Jones. So a lot in common when it comes to that belt. But now all of that pales into consideration of who can advance in the C101. And with that, it is time to get this show on the road. 20 minutes on the clock. Let's go.
Bell.
And right off the bat, both men going back and forth. Pete, who do you favor in this matchup?
I'm going to go with the one with the ginger hair.
Aha, I see what you did there.
I will be 100% correct.
Getting tied up by the dagger. Gingerboi. All right. Getting stretched out by Dagrik. Currently the Dwarven Prince in firm control of the Mad Lad of London. Oh, sit down, reverse power bomb. And whip to the corner. Oh, and that patented flipping backstrike. That's what I'm calling it.
And a dwarven move, I assume.
You know, the dwarves are really good at in-close combat using unconventional parts of their body.
Would not assume acrobatic, you'd be mistaken.
Yeah, and very powerful backs, those dwarves. All right, bringing the Mad Lad up. Oh, this doesn't look good. Gingerboi. Let us know if you need help, Gingerboi.
Oh, we lifted him up.
Oh! Beautiful side slam from Brett's rope. And now just, using those powerful dwarven thighs to squeeze the breath out of Gingy.
Dwarven thighs and lives.
Gingerboi, I usually would expect him to get out of a mood like this by now, but, well, it is Dagger. Finally, he gets the ability to move his arms enough to elbow. But again, lariat and down on the mat. This match has been all Dagrik.
Not giving him any quarter.
And another elbow to the dagger. Up comes the Mad Lad. And scissors takedown. Finally, Gingerboi putting on some offense. So I would say that one of the interesting factors in the whole C101, Gingerboi has had an amazing performance. Of course, he's had this ongoing feud with Aiden Xero. And Aiden finally showing some traction in this, but both of them have yet to face each other in the tournament. Those numbers have not come up yet. And another reverse power slam on the Mad Lad.
You will see a lot of power slams from that dwarf right there.
It's culturally appropriate. You know what they call wrestling?
Jerry, if you could take a look at the audio cable, I think I've heard a couple of things here.
There's something going on. Let me check.
Oh, there goes Gingerboi going for a surprise pin. Oh. All right. Dagrik sending Gingerboi over the ropes.
Phyllis is saying the audio issue should be fixed now.
Excellent, excellent.
And outside...
Dagrik slamming Gingerboi against the hardest part of the ring.
Yeah. So, Pete, you know what they call wrestling in Dwarven?
Greetings. Ah. I was going to say hello.
And now Gingerboi again bringing it to Dagrik. Throwing him back in the ring. Again, he can only win this in the ring. And Gingerboi's already had a count-out victory. And apparently he himself wasn't happy it had to come to that.
He certainly doesn't want to see another one happen tonight.
No. Now yelling at the crowd. Gingerboi is all fired up. And into the corner he goes. And a drop kick to Dagrik. Returning him for all those back strikes. Now Fireman's Carry, what are we going to see here? Off the rope. And then just legs into the chest. That's... And giving those legs a good stretch.
Shot to the gut.
Oh, and Dagrik doing a standing bulldog onto Gingerboi. These two going back and forth as one would expect from mainstays in the hardcore division. Both men, of course, looking to advance in the C101. Both men would love a shot at the Multiverse Heavyweight Championship. Gingerboi pulling in that MMA background, working over Dagrik's leg. Dagrik having none of it.
Snapmare.
And, oh, another one. Dagrik feeling it, feeling the power of his ancestors. But a kick out by Gingerboi from that pinfall. And again, squeezing those thighs, squeezing the breath out of Gingy. And Gingerboi again needing to get out of that predicament. Dagrik deciding he's done with that, wants to move on to something else. Wouldn't surprise me if that thigh move is just how dwarves are rocked to sleep at night as children.
I will not be asking a dwarf.
No, that's probably best.
Question.
You know, certain questions you just don't ask dwarves. It's just not safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
and it looks like Gingerboi has busted open Dagrik.
I'm going to say another thing not safe, making a dwarf bleed. 2, and a kick out at 2. And a count, 2, and again, Dagrik gets out. Gingy asking, what do I got to do? Oh, and now he returning the favor, getting his legs around the head of the dagger. Oh, flipping him over. You know, the other person likes this move, Madjack.
Moving him about the ring.
Ooh. And Gingerboi going for another one. Yeah, that's 4. Dagrik cannot be having
back in the middle of the ring.
There we go. Pounding, just brutal blows.
Doing that Luthez press.
Going after that wounded forehead of the dagger.
Trying to bust him open a little bit more.
And going for the pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by by Dagrik. This match has been going on over 8 minutes. We're getting close to the halfway point on the clock. And right.
Oh wait,
crossface. Is it Dagrik manages to break it. I was worried that was going to be it. Dagrik now.
Him up.
I think he was getting ready. That might have been going for a Dwarven Driver or a Book of Grudges, but denied by Gingerboi. Again with that standing bulldog. Trying to Dagrik sizing up what he wants to do and lifting him up. Oh, what are we going to see? What are we going to see? Oh, the Book of Grudges!
Book of Grudges. 1, 2,
and 3. Dagrik does it!
And your winner, the Dagger, Dagrik.
Another page in the Book of Grudges by Dagrik, and he goes forward, and that is the second loss for Gingerboi in this tournament. He has 8 points, but he's not been advancing further, and Aiden Xero is catching up with him.
That's 2 more on the board for the Dagger.
It is. And just crazy things happening. Well, in the meantime, as we get ready for our next matchup, there's been a lot of how do I put this delicately, Pete? There's been a lot of let's call them heated words between members of the main event mechs.exe and members of the Conquest bloodline. In particular, 2. And let's go hear from us. First off, ladies and gentlemen, the Robro R. Sawyer.
Sawyer? You in here?
Ah, Mr. Mojo. Pleasure to see you again. Welcome to the Mean Workshop. What can I do for you today?
Listen, I know you want to bash in Carnival's face, but you don't have to just to get to the clowns. I know where you can find some. There are easy.
Shh. Do you hear that?
No.
Exactly. No one likes a tattletale. Life doesn't give us everything we want on a silver platter. We have to go out there and get it. We have to go and earn it. I'm the one that went into the vents to speak with Anon. I'm the one that's agreed to the contractual obligations. And I'm the one that's going to make every pint of blood fly from the Muppet Man as I take him apart, piece by Muppet piece. So, Mr. Mojo, Joe, Buddy, if I simply came to you, what would I have to strive for? To work for? Joe, where's the fun in that?
I think you are overcomplicating things a bit, but I can see your point.
But since you're willing to offer corroborating evidence, I will do something for you. After I've scattered Carney into 1,000 pieces all across the arena, the audience, the announcer's table, and most importantly the ring, I will come by to your office, where we will have some nice hot British tea with some biscuits and have ourselves a nice little chat. Would that be suitable for you, Joe?
You know what? Sure, it's been a minute since I've had British-style tea.
Wonderful to hear. Thank you for visiting the workshop. Don't mind Malice on the way out. And I do hope to see you soon.
I hope Joe's okay.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, that was one half, but we also heard from another member of that whole equation. Ladies and gentlemen, Carnival. Wrong cue, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, Carnival.
These chaps do ride up on us, don't they, Val?
Yes, Carney, but we lost. Why are you...
Val, I'm okay.
Carney?
Ooh, that damn Robro, or whatever he calls himself, needs to keep his green trap shut.
Carney, don't let what he said get to you.
Val, it is getting to me. And you know what I want to do? I want to give him a good old velvety kiss. Listen here, Sawyer. You want to battle us? You want to bury your past? Want to use that steel chair against we? Well, we aren't your past, and will certainly not fall to some chair. We are Carnival!
And we will dominate you. That you can trust.
All right, I'm gonna have to have a talk. I'm gonna have to set that matchup, aren't I?
How do each hands talk at the same time?
I have no idea, and it worries me. Meanwhile, turning our eyes again to social media. Again, the Merciless Merc account. Ineffective security, absent EMTs, all the while it sounds like you've got a problem with Azir's attack dog. And the only other mercs are people you've sworn off opportunities for. Looks like you're in need of services I can provide. You're a smart man, Aldini. Call someone with a proven record against thorns in the brass's side like Wilson and VIP. I have my phone on and eagerly await your call. Hang on. Pete, I hate to whoever runs the Merciless Merc account, if you could DM me your phone number.
That'd be great.
I think it's, I hate to say it, Pete. I mean, I think it's time. I think I need to talk to this person. Well, meanwhile, we have another person waiting in ring to address the audience. So let's head down to ringside. It is the Sith Lord, Exar Kun. Greetings, Multiverse. I am Exar Kun, for those who are behind the times. And I am not only a Sith Lord, I am the master and teacher of Cain. I mean, we haven't been here for a while, so I thought I'd come out and give you, well, an update on my apprentice and how he is doing. And let me tell you, Cain is doing amazing work under my guidance. I believe the term you people would use is, he is about to rock your world. He is looking for opportunities, and might I say, when people throw out those opportunities, say, open challenges, offers to fight, you're just inviting a Sith apprentice to step up and show what he has learned. So, perhaps those of you throwing your hat in particular rings might want to step back lest my apprentice show you the face of your fears. For together we have much to do. We will break Warzone's chains, and we will set you all free. Look for our coming when you least expect it. Oh boy!
Well, I guess it's good that Kane's doing so well.
I mean, Kane,
look on the positive.
Yeah, apparently Kane's doing great. It's fantastic. That's the best news ever.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, there's no problems at all. What could possibly be going wrong? Well, ladies and gentlemen,
many things going wrong.
You know, I was so happy when I got this promotion. I knew it would be a lot of hard work. But, you know, I won't get into it. You know what? What we will get into? You know what time it is,
Next
Pete?
match?
That's right. It's time for tag team action. It's time for us to learn who is going to be the new member of Cloud9 as Blood Money takes on Defunk and his new follower. I don't want to say apprentice after we saw a Sith Lord.
Fair.
So yeah,
no.
Let's get ready. And in the meantime, for those of you, I will remind again, if you haven't voted yet in this year's Nexus, now's the time. Voting will stay open until the midnight on January 15th. And then stay tuned right here on this channel in Flashbang for announcements on when we're going to be holding the Nexus Award ceremony. In the meantime, let's head down to ringside.
The following is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, it's Blood Money.
Apparently, after Nakano Kirishima's great match last week, winning that Get Off the Schneid match, Uncle Dunk and Butler have given him the night off, said they'll go ahead and take care of business themselves. That could be that, or it could also be they have Nakano in back waiting to do something. I don't trust them.
Yeah, they're cleaning things up for them, even though he's tired from having a match.
It's true, but right now things looking up for Blood Money after that great performance by their newest member last week. But now the old money man himself, Uncle Dunk, with Mr. Butler, coming out to face Defunk and whoever his newest protege is.
And introducing their opponents, first, representing Cloud9, Defunk.
And here he is, the Grand Master of Cloud9, the funky one, the man who says he is the prophet of the Great Bull, the Funk. Great Bull, by the way, is
that's a bull pump.
Not some esoteric being. He's actually talking about a former wrestler, a former world heavyweight champion here on Warzone, who, as the Funk put it, after he retired said wrestler by putting him through a flaming table, said that he realized that wrestler was right. You've got to do whatever you've got to do to come out on top.
Oh, no. See, the only person that's right is Zako. Zako is right.
Zako was right. In fact, the Zako was right t-shirts, I hear it's selling great. Zako Dou, of course, in our main event today against the Janitor in C101 action. If Zako Dou can win his match today, he pulls out into the lead. And let's see who the newest member of Cloud9 is.
And introducing their tag team partner, Ignacio Cervantes.
Well, there you have it. The social outcast, Ignacio Cervantes, is the latest member of Cloud9. The Funk promising to help these people reach enlightenment, helping them become the best they can be. And here he is. So we will see how well this goes. Ignacio, another one of those people looking for that big break in MNW that seems to be elusive. That maybe he can get it by way of joining Cloud9.
Well, we will have to see how things start out for this new pairing.
So if people are wondering what's going on here, why this particular... Oh, and immediately Sir Ugly Duck coming out right off the bat with offense. Initially, the Funk tried to recruit Nakano Kirishima into Cloud9. Nakano seemed interested, but then got a better offer from Blood Money. And then it's been going back and forth about Blood Money saying, if there's anyone worth having, we're just going to take them. And Defunct now determined to show that he can make anyone shine. So who do you like in this matchup, Pete?
You know, I hate to say it, but I got to go with the Funk, the funky one.
You think his being the prophet of the Great Bull is going to give him an advantage?
I just don't know if you can fake that Funk.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the Great Bull, people have been trying to reach out to said Great Bull for a comment. And we basically, well, I think we can sum up any correspondence with him with the phrase, "Get off my lawn." Back and forth between Defunk and Uncle Dunk. Well, Uncle's setting up for... Oh, here it comes.
He's winding up.
Yeah, looks like. And, yep, there it goes. Sir
right
Uncle
into
Dunk.
that helmet.
Yeah.
So, admittedly, it's going to do a little less damage, but...
So, the Midas Punch knocking down Uncle Dunk. But now, Uncle Dunk doing a bridging slam, or getting a bridging slam from Defunk. And now Defunk going, "Can you see me?" Oh, getting ready for that. All right, there's the shuffle.
Brushing the Cloud9 off.
And two, and kick out by Uncle. Defunk, oh, well, now it's Defunk setting up for him. Getting a kick. Oh, no. We're already?
Oh.
It's too early for a wiggle.
He's prepared the wiggle.
He's wiggling way
It's
too
the
early.
wiggle.
Wiggle it. Just
And Uncle Dunk taps
Oh,
out. Butler and Cervantes never even gotten to the ring.
And your winners, Cloud9.
Damn. But You know what? This still puts Cervantes in the win column. Cervantes.
Welcome to Cloud 9, Cervantes.
Welcome to Cloud 9. Your Grandmaster, I guess, is going to take good care of you.
I mean, I still don't think anybody has very few, if any, have managed to survive the wiggle. One of the strongest moves. It certainly debunks Arsenal, but if not the MNW roster.
I mean, it has been one of the most deceptively effective submission moves in wrestling since the Defunct debuted it. Just craziness.
All right, well,
yeah. Well, meanwhile, we have a tweet out on social media from Vince Smoke Sanji. So Vince Smoke saying, "Well, Doc says that other than some minor plastic surgery, my face is healed. Other than that, he says that it might be resetting a few bones in my body and adding lost muscle. Therapy is going well, but I still have feelings I need to get out. Till then, I'll be seeing you guys soon." I think it's very interesting that we got that message from Vince Smoke Sanjay, considering who's heading to the ring right now to address the crowd. So
I was just going to say, perhaps we could get a more official diagnosis.
Yeah, let's head to ringside and see what we can learn. From the man himself, ladies and gentlemen, it's Dr. Caliban. Good afternoon, Multiverse. For those who don't know, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Vincent Vladimir Caliban, MD, PhD, MAD. And I want to add a bit of an update to the condition of my patient, Mr. Vince Smoke Sanji. As you just heard in his social media post, he's doing quite well on the physical front, but there are still some pesky remnants of the parasite in him. But fear not, gentlefolk, for his salvation is at hand. We have set up this match, a match which I assure you will push Mr. Sanji to the limits and will, win or lose, purge the parasitic entity from his being, and we will have created a medical miracle. Now, of course, I would be remiss if I did not address some comments recently made by my fellow scientist, one Dr. Victor Grimm. So, Victor, yes, we have our truce, and I don't feel I've violated it. Our truce is about delving into those secrets that you and I both know exist in the multiverse. And yes, that's an issue completely separate from my medical care of Mr. Sanji, regardless if the parasite was one of your making or not. I'm simply caring for another human being, as befits my Hippocratic oath. So let me say this, Victor. I will not be the one violating our truce. That question is whether or not you wish to continue to abide by it or not. Or are you simply looking for any excuse for heating up our little gentleman's bet, shall we say? I leave it in your hands. Until then, the doctor is in.
Well, we got a lot of information on what's going on with Vince Smoke, and not so much information on what's going on with Caliban and Grimm.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I worry. I don't want to, I can think of a lot of things I don't want to be around. And one of those things is around any sort of collision between those two. Although,
yeah, I really don't want to need to go to yet another new arena because of the other one blowing up.
I mean, a lot of people have felt that confrontation has been inevitable since Dr. Caliban appeared in MNW. But you know what? Maybe they'll come to it. Maybe they'll remember their gentleman, and it won't be an issue. And I'm just whistling past the graveyard, aren't I?
Positive thoughts. Positive thoughts.
That's right. Positive thoughts. You know what? You're right. Positive thoughts. And you know what is the most positive thing I can think of right now?
Our next match?
Our next match. Let's go down. We got more C101 action. Ladies and gentlemen, let's head down to ringside.
The following is a C101 match. Introducing first. They are 1/3 of the Tornado Tag Champions, Madjack.
And here he is, the Mad Pumpkin King himself, straight from Flashbang, Madjack, a man who's was doing great, was undefeated until he faced the Scorpion, Jack Abbott, and he suffered his first loss in the tournament.
Well, hey, after that other win today, he can't be feeling too bad.
Yeah, it's possibly, but we're going to have to see. I mean, Madjack again also would like to move forward. He would love to win the C101 and have a crack at Victor Vicious's heavyweight championship over on Flashbang. Of course, yesterday was an amazing match. Michael Macabre versus Xericus, the other two members of Doom.
And introducing their competitor, they are the Nexus Titan Champion, Lady Boo.
And there you have it. If he's going to win, he's going to have to beat the main event mistress herself, Lady Boots. She is coming up. She is ready to go, and she has been on a winning streak ever since she won that belt. Also tweeting out on social media, Mr. Butler, oh look, it's another one of the Thriller Bark rejects. Not 100% sure which one he's talking about.
Pretty sure you go after Madjack, and I'm going to say that's probably not the best idea.
No.
Hey.
But you do you, boo-boo. And we're off. Madjack taking an early lead, but we're only not even 30 seconds into this match.
Focusing on the arms and her shoulder.
I mean, that's
walking the ropes.
And pulling her over. Great. That's a strategy, but Lady Boots' strength lies in what she can do with her legs. Case in point, great drop toe hold. We're going to, if I'm Madjack, I'm going to be far more worried about the Clint Eastwood and the stylo than anything Boots might do with her hands. As case in point, the Lady of Conquest bringing it to the Mad Pumpkin King.
Bring him to the middle of the ring.
The interesting thing when you think about it, despite very different airs, they have very similar styles.
This is true.
Both like to emphasize kicks. Oh, head scissors takedown. More of a standing Hurricanrana, but whatever. Lady Boots.
Boot to the face.
Which is very appropriate. These two going back and forth now. This shows what a interesting matchups this is going to be. Madjack, wanting to get his momentum back after losing to Abbott. Lady Boots wanting to raise in the tournament more, raise her stake. She would love to be the first 2-belt champion in MNW. You know, she already holds the distinction of the first female singles title holder.
Madjack going for a boot. Not going to work against Princess or Lady Boots.
No, the Lady of Conquest, the main event mistress, had him scouted. And again, we're talking about those strong kicks. You see them here.
Strong kicks to the knee.
Oh, just practically kicking his head off. Oh, whoa.
Brutal combination.
You know, I think this is one of those cases of Madjack comes in. He's always very confident. But this is somebody you don't sleep on. The Lady of Conquest. And just practically kicking his head off. By the way, Lady Boots, one of our nominees for Wrestler of the Year in the Nexus Awards. Another reminder, folks, get those votes in. If you haven't yet, you're allowed to vote for both shows. And Madjack bringing it to her now that he's got her on the ground, taking advantage. Wrapping his leg around her head and squeezing while pounding on her. Now just playing to the crowd and the disrespectful foot swipe.
The fake out and then the foot. Oh,
you know, I can think of a lot of people that I couldn't think of somebody more.
Going back up to the top rope.
There he goes and a headbutt. I was going to say that foot swipe. I can't think of somebody more disrespectful to use that on than Lady Boots. Oh, and the knees, the front flip knees followed by the back flip knees and a pinfall. One, two.
Kick out at 2.
Kicked her in the Lady of Conquest. Didn't seem to appreciate that, but Madjack knee to the face. Madjack just pouring on the offense against Lady Boots. Now just working on, finally realizing he's got to work over those legs if he's going to have the best opportunity to move forward in the C101. Whip to the corner. And almost countered by Lady Boots, but around the world. Now what's he playing? Oh, going up top. This is never Madjack.
Top rope.
One of the top cruiserweights.
Another headbutt you.
Jinx. And going for the pinfall. 1, 2. And a kick out again by the Lady of Conquest. Just Madjack keeping the offense on. Honestly, that's a smart move. Oh, and a scissors takedown. You give Lady Boots a moment to breathe, and she will tear your world apart. Those boots were made for conquest. Now Madjack just laughing and mocking.
Conquest is what they will do.
And keeping that kicking offense up on her. Not just punching her, kicks. Wait, Lady Boots gets a reversal. Oh, okay. Gets Madjack on the ground. Working on that mask.
Sure.
I want to believe it's a mask.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Oh, atomic drop. And Madjack once again in control. Dropping the legs on the lady. We are 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes into this match. And just, again, Madjack working the legs, taking away Boots' offensive capabilities. Going for a pinfall. 1, 2, and a kick out at the 6-minute mark in this match. Bringing her up, punching her. Whipping Boots into the corner. Boots out of the way. She had that scouted. But she's not able to capitalize. Getting tied up by Madjack and side Russian leg sweep. And no, Madjack, no. Don't Madjack. This is, I understand she's down, but I still think that was
Madjack showing off some of his dance moves.
Yeah, the bloodline has long memories. That's all I'm saying. And bringing her up again. Up. again, working over the head. And we saw this earlier from Gingerboi and Dagrik. Now we're seeing Madjack using it on Boots. All I can say is I'm so happy he has to try to Jack in the Box on her yet.
Yeah, it's count our blessings there. Although the match has still got plenty of time.
Oh, that's true. We've got 9 minutes left. Oh, Boots gets out. And wait a minute. Quick kick and a roll up. 2. And kick out at the last minute by Boots. I was worried there. Kicking him. Now what's Boots got planned? Oh, she's working that leg. Oh, wait a minute. She's setting up. Oh, I think I know what we're going to see here, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready. Folks. It was a Clint Eastwood right to Madjack's face. Going immediately for the pin. 1, 2, 3. She did it!
3?
And your winner, Lady Boo!
Then the Lady of Conquest moves. I guess Madjack,
Gary,
maybe something happened after that loss with Jack Abbott. I don't know. But more to the point, I think the lady was just waiting for that right moment and picked her spot with that Clint Eastwood and just rattled the Pumpkin King. Either way,
I think you hit the nail right on the head there. I think that something has gotten into Madjack's head since that loss.
Yeah, although again, not sleeping on Boots. She won that Nexus Titan Championship for a reason. She's in this tournament for a reason. And 2 more points to the Lady of Conquest. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we get the ring ready, it is time for your main event.
That's right.
After this insane day we've been having, which I don't know what to say about some of what we saw, but, well, it all comes to this final match of the night, and with 2 of the finest in MNW. So no time like the present. Let's head down to ringside.
The following is a C101 match and is your main event. Introducing first, the Janitor.
So here he is, ladies and gentlemen, a former World Heavyweight Champion, one of the longest standing veterans in MNW, and he is right now standing at 4 points in the C101. He'd certainly like to move forward further. Interestingly, to point out, this is the first opponent that Zako Dou has faced in the tournament that he hasn't cut a promo on.
And I'm trying to
figure out why. I mean, yes, a lot of people to ask what's going on with the Janitor. Why does he not use his former name? And in a lot of it, from everything I've gathered in talking to him, his story is he's moved on. He's moved forward.
Well, we shall see.
And introducing their competitor, they are the Multiverse Heavyweight Champion, Zako Dou.
So here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the Multiverse Heavyweight Champion. He has been is still at this moment tied with Gingerboi for the lead in the C101. But he's now facing the Janitor. I have a feeling that Zako feels very confident coming in. It's like he feels he's got this one in the bag.
Well, hopefully that confidence pays off and doesn't bite him in the ass.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, obviously, if you're looking at purely from odds, Zako probably does come in as the favorite in this match. But I'm going to say this. All 20 participants in the C101 were chosen because they are the top wrestlers in this business. And another thing, going through the records, I don't think these two have ever faced each other. And I don't just mean Zako and the Janitor. I think in the Janitor's, shall we say, previous incarnation, back when he went by the name Probanaga, I don't think he faced Zako then either. I can't think of a time their paths crossed. That's part of the magic of the C101. Matchups you've never seen before coming here. So you have the main event.
It's safe to say that even if it has happened, it has not happened in a very long time.
In a very long time. So you've got the main event mech against the man who's found great satisfaction in finding his life in a more common ground, who has, as he put it, gotten rid of all of the excess baggage and focused on what's important. And part of that is cleaning up MNW, both figuratively and literally.
Yes.
So now we're about to see these two face off.
All right, folks, it's your main event.
And again, I would like to point out our styles here. So Zako Dou very much favoring strikes. The Janitor, also a bit of a striker, a little bit of a submission game. But the Janitor, the absolute master of the DDT. So expect to see at least one, if not several, DDTs in this match. Whereas Zako, he likes those kicks, those strikes. Right now, though, looks like he's working on stretching out his opponent. Which, valid strategy.
Focusing on the upper body at the moment, the head and the arms.
And now bringing him down for a bit of a... that was a face slam.
That was introducing the face to the floor.
It was. He's going to try and mop the floor with his opponent.
Bringing him out to dry.
And down he goes. Working over that arm.
Going after the fingies.
Again, a lot of people now, everyone knows that Zako Dou has a rebuilt arm after that battle with VIP. Everyone's still focusing on that arm, although apparently it's as good as new. In fact, it is new.
Not too new anymore, though, after these attacks.
It's seen some rough road here in the C101. Oh! Twisting scissors takedown by Zako Dou.
Pulling him up by the hair, it looks like. Maybe a little jealous that Janitor has hair.
Possibly. I think the problem is I feel that Zako is taking the Janitor lightly. And, it's great to feel confident, but I would... this is, again, a good time to remind people. That's a former heavyweight. Zako may be the current Multiverse heavyweight champion, but the Janitor has held that belt in the past. He's earned it. He's earned it in hard circumstances. And most people agree.
Getting the crowd hype.
I'm just going to say what?
Oh, I was just noted the Janitor getting the crowd hyped.
He is. I mean, he has definitely become a man of the people. And while Zako Dou is a very popular wrestler, people have embraced the Janitor since his return and his new outlook on life. He has become a true man of the people.
Definitely becoming a crowd favorite.
And now he's just bringing it to the... I think and again, standing bulldog onto the outside. I think one of the biggest mistakes people make when facing the Janitor is treating only his record under the name the Janitor and forgetting his long and storied history in MNW.
Janitor getting him back in the ring.
Again, knowing he has to win it in the ring, but taking advantage of that time outside. Going for a pinfall. Only a one to the count. Ring. And we are 3.5 minutes into this match. Bringing him to the corner and throwing him outside. What's the Janitor's plan? And dropping him down. Janitor been taking great advantage of the outside during this match, showing his veteran status and knowing how to use his environment. Getting countered by the champ. And a outside suplex by the ace of MNW on the Janitor. Throwing him back in the ring. And now it looks like he's just stalking him. What's Zako plan? Kicks him in the head. And now
a shot to the back.
Yep. Working him over, trying to take away his various tools. Again, the back, that makes sense. Core strength is actually a key component in executing the perfect DDT. Going for another pinfall. Just a one count. It's way too early to get more on the Janitor, but every pinfall does cause your opponent to use up some energy. And as we look at the clock, we see we are now a quarter of the way through this match's time limit. And Zako, I don't even think he tried. I think he's just taunting the Janitor at this point.
Taunting, or he's just measuring his opponent right now. They have, as we said, they have not fought, if at all, in a long time, if not at all.
These are good points. Again, I think people are going through the records. We're not finding any example of a contest between these two. Zako really wasn't on the Janitor's radar back in the day, and vice versa. They were traveling in different circles. And that does mean this match, unfamiliar territory, historic in a lot of ways. And of course, Absolutely. All part of this year's C101. Both these men have a possibility of winning the tournament and having a shot at the belt. Well, Zako has the belt, but could pick his own opponent. The Janitor would love another shot at the belt to relive that glory and be another chance to lead the way in cleaning up MNW. Oh, and a reverse strike. Bringing Zako to the center of the ring. Going for stretching him out and slamming him down. I think Zako's leaking a little coolant now.
Yep, looks like he has been busted open by the Janitor.
And being brought down.
Again, driving that foot into the gut-like processor of Zako Dou.
That's good strategy. Can't deny that he is making some strong strategic choices in this match.
Applying pressure to the headpiece.
Again, good strategy. The one of the things you always have to remember, this man is a top strategist, knows what he's doing. Looking to, if he can get those neck servos damaged, give him a huge advantage if he does manage to hit that DDT. Now he's just going for a pinfall. Sometimes the simple is the best. 1, 2.
Kick out at 2.
And again, elbow to the head, knowing he's got a little bit, he's wounded Zako's head. Keep pressing. I mean, this is solid strategy. It may not be flashy, it may not be fancy, but he's picking his targets and he's working them. And that is how you score a victory.
He's picking his moments like picking out pieces of trash.
And a takedown by the ace, getting his momentum back. Sizing the Janitor up for something. And the Janitor reverses. Now he's drinking in the energy of the arena, the energy from the crowd. And just trading blows now. What's he going for here? And that was cheeky. A bit of a DDT from Zako Dou on the Janitor.
Yeah, putting the DDT on the Janitor, one of his his main moves.
I mean, the Janitor is the DDT master, so for Zako to pull that out, again, I feel like he's more trying to and a lariat down and going for another pinfall. 1, 2. I think after not doing so great last week against Lady Boots, Zako is looking to get back in the win column. But I think he's also looking to send a message. I'm the best here. And who better to say I'm the best against than somebody like the Janitor who has such history. But I think, I don't know. I don't know that's the best strategy. I think if I was in the ring with the Janitor, I would be taking him as serious as a heart attack.
Well, it's the double-edged sword of never having had a match with this person is you don't know what they're capable of.
That's true. All he's got is the footage he's seen and stories in the locker room. But that goes both ways. The Janitors never faced Zako Dou either. I'm just saying the Janitor seems to be taking this a little bit more seriously.
Well, and let's not forget that this is also, at least point-wise, a lot more of a do-or-die situation for the Janitor.
Oh, yeah. The Janitor absolutely needs this victory. I mean, he wouldn't be out of the tournament, but he'd have a much harder road. And we are now we have passed the 10-minute mark, Pete, by the way. That's
and
the other thing.
Back in the ring.
I mean, these two, as skilled as they are, if this went to our first Block A tie, I wouldn't be surprised.
I certainly would be the pair to do it.
Oh, jawbreaker on the Janitor and taken down, going for an immediate pin. The ref has to get in position. 2 and a kick out by the Janitor.
And then under 9 minutes now.
And with that clock kicking down, Zako Dou aware of it. And again, I don't think, well, I know neither man's going to be satisfied with only getting 1 point. Whip to the corner and a drop kick, and the Janitor's down. What's Zako planning? Bringing him back up.
Well,
and the Janitor had it scouted.
Is that maybe Zako thought that getting if he got the 1 point, it would be fine, not thinking about the fact of not getting any.
Good point. But right now, the Janitor taking charge again. But you can also see he's getting tired. He wasn't able to follow up on that barrage, and Zako Dou taking advantage of it. And now Zako just kicking and, working over the arm. Again, take out that arm. It's harder to perform that DDT. As we have less than 8 minutes on the clock. And now the Janitor is busted open.
Well, now both sides.
2 and a kick out. Kick out at 2 by the Janitor. He's still in this match. And you can tell Zako, you can read from his body language, he's getting frustrated now. What are we going to set up for something? I think I know what we're going to see. And all right, I was expecting the Ansible effect, but it looks like just went for a simple clothesline.
It looked like a rolling clothesline.
Yeah, not normally one of his regular moves, but bringing up the Janitor, working him over again.
Not sure if testing out a new move at this time is the right call to make.
I mean, I would play more against somebody who's faced you a lot and you need to change up your game, such as when Zako pulled out the Boss KO against Azir Turan. But, yeah, now he's just going for some tried and true stretching of the Janitor. But the Janitor has it reversed, working that arm again. Janitor's been doing a lot of work on that arm. Oh, and that was an innovative leg sweep. Bringing him up. Whipping him into the corner.
To the corner.
Stalking his prey. Using good use of the Janitor's remaining energy. And, what a great toss.
Just chucking him across the ring.
Again, this is the Janitor now playing to his strengths. He's getting that second wind. Now they're trading blows again. Oh, fireman carry takeover. Bringing the bot up. Punt. Now he's shades of the old days in the Republic. Zako reversing. Janitor elbow strike. Had it scouted. Janitor staying out of the way of Zako Dou's punches. Now what's he doing? And flipping him over the rope. Good use of the rope momentum on the Janitor's part. Whipping him into the corner. Now what's he doing?
Putting him up, setting him up.
I think I know what we're going to see here. We haven't seen this in a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, fall from grace. And the pinfall, 1, 2, 3. The Janitor wins it.
And your winner, the Janitor.
And there you have it. It seems, again, I think Zako Dou came into this match taking it too lightly against the Janitor, forgetting for a minute who this man is, what his history is, what he has meant to Multiverse Nexus Wrestling, and how important this new chapter in his career is. But ladies and gentlemen, the Janitor securing 2 more points. He is definitely still alive in this tournament and has a shot at taking it all. And the crowd is going nuts. Social media is blowing up. Everyone's happy with what they saw there, except maybe one certain bot we could talk about. Meanwhile, on social media, Sir Uncle Dunk tweeting, moving forward, bah. We also have a tweet from Kath Gina from Flashbang. Hello, Mr. Aldini. Last night was very interesting. Fate certainly seemed to enjoy it. After all they've done, it was fate that their sins come back to haunt them. Everyone wants the Fae to be the villain. I intend to deliver that for them. Have fun, Warzone. I know I'm... And then she just leaves us hanging.
Well, I said I am, or having fun. I am.
Oh, you know. Probably. Also tweeting out on social media again. We hear from Rapture New Road. Happy New Year from us at In Rapture Beauty. To make new roads towards your New Year's resolution, we have an open gym at our spas. Our gym members receive additional discounts for our spa services. Once again, Happy New Year from the New Road family, and be your best selves. Then we actually as soon as he got backstage, we got a tweet from the Janitor. Well fought, Ace. I look forward to the rematch. I would like to see that. I think now that Zako Dou has seen it, and if the Janitor can win the tournament, that rematch will happen. Whoever wins the C101 gets a title shot. In fact, Pete, let's look at our standings now.
Let's go.
So, as of right now, so Zako Dou and Gingerboi still sitting at top with their 8 points, but they did not put any new points on the board this week. They only are in the lead by benefit of how far they were ahead previously. But now the field has tightened. Everyone but the Madness and Aiden Xero have 6 points. We are literally at a point. We have 3 rounds left in the C101. Mathematically, anyone in Block A could do it. Now, Madness and Aiden have to win every match now to be in contention, and they have to pray Zako and Gingerboi don't win anymore. But Daverman, the Janitor, Lady Boots, Dagrik, Jack Abbott, and the Madness are all one win behind the leaders of the block. So with that, of course, next Friday on Friday Night Flashbang, you'll see round 6 of Block B. And join us here next week for Block A, round 7. We are now coming into the home stretch of the C101. As we said, after today's amazing match, let's be honest, the leaders didn't advance at all. They let the field catch up with them.
It is very interesting to see how everything is shaking down. Has shaken down so far.
Yeah, the hardest people right now that are Madness and Aiden Xero, because not only do they have to win, like I said, the leaders have to not win for them to catch up a little bit more. But there is only, do the math yourself, folks. We only have 3 more rounds. That is a total potentially of 6 points available to any one person. The middle of the pack all have shots, but other people, they got to work for them. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time. So for Pete McPherson and the lost somewhere in the boonies, Michael Montoya, I am Jerry Aldini. Good night!
Viewers, hear the roar of Sasquatch Wing. One half of O-Rods. Want more Multiverse Nexus Wrestling? Want more Raphael Samson and Sasquatch Wing? Want more All-Odds? Then look below video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell and square, and watch more of MNW on this channel.